How y'all doing? Um, I did not come in today to talk about navigating through the YouTube streets, but sometimes, you gotta pick up demons when they do shit, right? So I did a live. A demon came in, said what they said. I said what I said, and I ain't gonna hold you. They helped me get like 12 new subscribers. I ain't asked for them, but I sure appreciate you. Okay? I definitely appreciate you. The reason why I say that is because I might lose these subscribers with this commentary right here. Okay? This commentary is not going to be the same commentary you have been hearing all over YouTube about Jackie Christie and her daughter Chantal. Okay? I don't even know if her last name is Christie. That don't make me know. Never mind. I'm not doing this for you to agree or disagree or anything like that. I just wanted to give a different perspective on this situation because a lot of people are blaming Chantal like, oh, she's this, she's this, she's that. But I need y'all to understand something, okay? And when you understand this thing, maybe you might look at this a little bit different. What's up, Soul Fight? How you, boo? So let me explain what happened to those who have not watched the show. The last episode of Basketball was, well, child, I can't even say the past couple of episodes. We'll get to that. Okay, we will get to that. All right. The last episode of Basketball Wives, tension has been brewing between Jackie Christie and her daughter. All right, she said many messed up things to her daughter, about her daughter. Basically, she's a freaking helicopter mom, okay? And if y'all don't know what a helicopter mom is, look that shit up. All right? Jackie is a toxic ass mother. All right? But before I explain, what Jackie is and what Jackie ain't, let me just say a couple things. I understand why people take Jackie Christie's side. Hey, Room Shaker, how you doing, boo? I understand why people take Jackie Christie's side. Okay? Jackie is the mom. You supposed to respect your mom. Da-ra-a-ra. Okay? And I will agree that there are certain things that Chantal did that I would never do to my mom. You know what I'm saying? Even when my mom do act the damn fool. All right? But my mom don't act no fool. What's up, Black Pearl? But my mom don't act no damn fool like Jackie Christie. Now, before I go into whatever, I do want to say this. And this is something that most parents don't want to understand about children. When you as a parent, you might be like, Shree, what the fuck you talking about? But hush up for a second and listen to what the fuck I gotta say, because I know you as a child had to come to this place in your life before you became a parent. All right? So let's go. Children do not remain children forever. Yes, they are your child forever and ever. But remember, children grow up into adults. Okay? And most parents want to raise their child as a person that can think for themselves, think logically for themselves, have common sense for themselves, do X, Y, and Z for themselves, so that God forbid anything happens to mommy or daddy, this child, when they get a certain age, they can do what the fuck they need to do. It ain't not no stagnant, lazy, piece of shit ass society, all right? Now, let me continue what I'm saying. Back in the day, especially when I was a child, there was a specific way to raise your kid, right? And it was pretty simple. Do as I say, not as the fuck I do, or I will beat the shit out of you. And you will never disrespect me because I will beat the shit out of you. I don't care how old you are, right? I'm your mama, I'm your daddy. I brought you in this world, I'll take you out. I beat the shit out of you, right? Right. That was the wave back in the days. Kids like me had to deal with that a whole bunch. But then while I was growing up, I got to see shows like The Cosby Show, Family Ties, and all kinds of other shit that opened up my eyes as a kid to new things that my mother and father were like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? One was me trying to kiss my parents. They were like, why are you kissing me so much? That's what they do on TV. Fuck TV. We not TV. Okay? Another thing that the kids on TV did that I could never do was talk back. What? These kids are talking back. Now, let me tell y'all, I had a smart mouth. But even I knew the limits of my mouth, right? Because I knew if I said definitely the wrong thing, mama and papa will beat the shit out of me. And what the fuck can I do? I can't beat their ass back. Okay? I can't. Use a 76. If you can't understand what the hell I'm saying, take your ass out. All right? Clearly, you not over the age of 25. If anybody in here is under the age of 25, you are not going to understand what the fuck I'm saying for the next 10 minutes. Come back after that, and then I'll start saying things that you definitely can understand, okay? Great. Now, yeah, I ain't none of that shit. I ain't none of that shit. Okay, I couldn't have no opinion. I couldn't do none of that shit as a child. But guess what started happening when I hit 18, 19, 20, right? And this phenomenon that happened to me, the only difference between me and a kid of today is that it's happening to the kid of today before they even hit puberty. All right? It happens too soon. It took my generation a while to get to this stage, right? Because we were raised under, it don't matter who your mama is or who your daddy is or what the fuck they is. You better do what the fuck they say do. Okay? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Come back to me when you understand English. All right, as a different name on your page too. Come back when you understand English. I can't do that dumbass shit. What's up, Glow? How you feeling today? Right, I ain't in the mood for that stupid shit right now. I'm talking about mamas and shit. Anyway, back to what the fuck I was saying. All right. So here's the thing that I started to learn, and not for nothing, at 18, 19, 20, I started realizing this about my mama. But with my father, since me and my mom left him when I was 16, this kicked in way before. Okay? But I ain't have a chance to say nothing to him until I hit 17. And I guarantee you, when I said what I said, I ran after. Okay? There's something called independence of a fucking child, right? It gets to a point, y'all motherfuckers seem to not understand what puberty is. Y'all think puberty is just, oh, I'm gonna grow some hair under my arms, I'm gonna catch my period, his balls gonna drop a little bit and his voice gonna drop. No, it's a lot more than that. Okay? As children start to grow, they start to understand what they like and what they don't like. And not only do they start to really and fully understand what they like and what they don't like, they begin to understand why they don't like it, okay? As a child becomes a teenager, and then from teenager to young adult to adult, you start to look at certain people different, especially when you start to think for yourself. This can happen at any stage of a child's life. This can happen as soon as 6 years old. But usually the 6-year-old can't say nothing, right? And then when you do say something at 6, they be like, ha, 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 you so cute. Yeah, okay. All right? So now, as a child is growing older and they realize what they like and what they don't like, they're going to start separating you as a parent. Okay? What do I mean by they're going to start separating you as a parent? They not gonna look at you as mama no more. Okay? Whatever your first name is, they gonna start to separate your first name from mama. Okay? Adults today can easily say, yo, I love my mom's because she made me. She put me in this world, but I can't stand her as a person. Have y'all ever heard that before? Have you ever felt like that before? If you are a normal child becoming an adult and you lived in the hood or you had trauma as a child or some shit like that going on with your mama or your daddy, you're going to start to separate them, okay? You're going to be like, oh, mama is this and this person is that. Because you're going to start to realize that them as your mama is way different as them. Sometimes them as them is the same as them as your mama. And you might not like either one of them motherfuckers. But sometimes you can separate the two. Sometimes you can be like, you know what, I love my mom, but I don't like her as a person. Have you ever felt that way before? Has that ever come to your mind before? And you can resonate or justify it like, oh, I shouldn't feel that way. That's my mama unconditional love because she unconditionally loved me. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. The only time you got even your unconditional love as a child is selfish as fuck. Because you have no concept of unconditional love. As a child, the only love you got, I love this lady because she feed me, she wiped my ass, and she cooked for me. Okay? That's the first stage. Then comes the hugs and the I love yous. It takes a child to understand what I love you mean and what a hug mean and all that fly shit. Okay? As you get older and you hit puberty, you don't want them many hugs no more. You don't want mama to smother you no more. I'm becoming an adult, mama. I'm becoming my own person. Stop trying to run my life. Stop trying to treat me like I'm 2 and I'm 20. Stop trying to treat me like I'm 8 and I'm 38. Has anybody gone through that before? What's up, Smooth Carter? How you doing? Long time no see. Thank you, Libby Lou. Thank you, Libby Lou. If I was on StreamYard, I would highlight your comment and keep it up there. Let me read it for y'all, okay? If some of y'all aren't reading, you just listening. Chantal definitely provoked the fight. Yes, the fuck she did. However, it seems like she was finally standing up for herself and having boundaries. Exactly. Parents can be toxic and they can be cut off too. Facts. Now, with that being said, let's go back. Because all y'all saying, oh, Chantal is spoiled. She was raised spoiled. No, she was raised free. She was raised in love and this and this. She was raised to be her own person, or better yet, a better person than Jackie and Doug. Okay? Jackie wanted to live her life vicariously through Chantal. Chantal is just a little kid that don't know no better. But guess what Chantal, as a little kid, is seeing? All right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. No, child. Motherfuckers are dumb. You know what? I ain't going there. Let me jump back into this shit. Okay? So what did Chantal see as a child? Chantal saw her mother treat her older sister like shit. And Chantal saw her mother treat her better than she did her sister. How do you think that's supposed to be for a child? At first, Chantal will probably act like, oh yeah, you ain't shit, you ain't shit, you ain't shit, because they're treating her like that. And they're putting her on this pedestal. So at first she gonna be like, oh. But after a while, as Chantal grows up and the wheels start turning, she might be raised as a person to say, why is my sister being treated fucked up like this? Why is Jackie treating my sister like this? What the fuck is wrong with my sister? Absolutely nothing was wrong with her sister. Why did Jackie treat the sister different? Because the sister was dark skinned. Because the sister came from a different daddy. The sister didn't have a rich daddy like Doug Christie or anything like that. And Jackie felt like the best way to keep Doug is to keep this little girl out of his hair, which actually was a mistake. He probably would respect you more if you kept the kid with you. But anyway, I digress. I don't live their life. I don't know them people. I'm just going by what I've seen all these years on Basketball Wives. Because they did touch upon, why are you treating this daughter like this and that daughter like that? They tried to make it like it was a colorist thing, right? And it really was a colorist thing. Chantal had to grow up looking at that. What if she didn't like that shit? This is the beginning of the separation of mommy and Jackie. Because mommy loves me. Mommy hugs me. Mommy kisses me. Mommy tells me she loves me. But then Jackie treats my blood sister like shit for no fucking reason. I don't like Jackie. Even if I love my mommy. Thank you, Libby Lou. It's a very real relationship, but I'm gonna keep it real with you. It's not just black mamas. Other mamas do it too. Okay? So I don't like Jackie. Okay? Chantal was raised watching Jackie do nothing but fuck shit on TV. Okay? And Jackie could come home and be like, oh, baby, that's just TV. I'm going to treat you different. But I highly doubt that Jackie treated that girl like a normal kid or whatever. I do believe that Jackie mind fucked that girl, and that little girl watched Jackie act a holy high fool for years. Don't she have a right to come to her own mind and say, I don't like this lady? Especially now that she has kids of her own and she is now a grown woman. How many grown women like their mother to treat them like they too, especially when they got children of their own? Nobody likes it. But guess what? Most of us put up with it, right? Not everybody does. Okay? Now, jump forward. I don't think it was right for Chantal as a grown woman to tell her mother that's why your husband want to divorce you and your kids don't like you. I think that was wrong. I can see a little kid doing something like that. A little kid talking reckless like that. Because kids nowadays do that, right? And we give them grace because we look at them and say, you a child. You don't know no better. But when you grow up and you get your kids or you got to pay bills or you got to do, you're going to understand a little bit better what the fuck I'm doing, right? That's usually how these parents work, whether you're black or you're white or none of that shit. A lot of old school parents work like that, right? You ain't got to understand what the fuck I'm doing now, how I'm treating you, or X, Y, and Z. But when you grow up and you look back, you won't realize I wasn't that bad. Okay, that's the premise. But today's kids, they don't do that. They'll be like, fuck you till the cows come home. And the fact that Chantal has 2 kids, I get it. You got kids, you don't want to treat them like how your mama treated you. Okay? Here's something that, and all of that. And yes, you shouldn't have been in Jackie's face. You could have said fuck you whilst closing the door. Okay? You could have said fuck you, Jackie, and slammed that door. I wouldn't have minded that at all. Chantal fucked up when Jackie said bow, 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 and she turned around and came back to her. You should have never did that. You really, but then again, she really don't know her mama because her mama treated her like a pageant kid. Her mama ain't treat her like how she treated the first daughter. Because I guarantee you, if that was the first daughter doing that with Jackie, Jackie would have smacked that first daughter 3 episodes ago. Whether you see it or not, she wouldn't have gave a fuck. Okay? And that's real. Because that little girl knows that Jackie. That little spoiled girl don't know that Jackie. Okay? And that's Jackie's fucking fault, not hers. The way Jackie raised her, she raised her so that she could talk back and act like that. Right? Right. I done said a couple things to my mama, but I ain't stayed in her face. Okay? I ain't never pushed my mama. I ain't never raised my hand to my mama. I did block her one time. She did try to get me, and I blocked her from it. It's easy to run from your mama and your daddy than hit them back. I'm not doing that. I wasn't raised on that. I wasn't raised on pushing my moms or none of that shit. Now, me and my moms have gotten into arguments, and we have yelled at the top of our voices and all that. I've slammed some doors, and I even told my mama go to hell once. Okay, I said, go to hell. Fuck that stupid shit. And yeah, I said some old wisecrack about my father. I think the closest thing I ever said to her about my father was, you the idiot that chose his ass. Why you mad at me? You fuck that man. Who told you to fuck that man and make me? Ain't nobody tell you to do that. Ain't nobody tell you to open legs to that bullshit motherfucker. That's your fault, not mine. Don't put it on me, goddammit. And yes, I was like 16 years old when I said it, and I ran like a motherfucker after. Because that lady would beat my ass. But I'm not going to say to my mama, this is why your husband going to divorce you and your kids don't like you. My father was a piece of shit, y'all. I told my father he was a piece of shit. I told him you a drunk, fucked up piece of shit. And I can't stand you as a person. I don't even like you as a father. And you could suck my ass. And I was 17 years old. I felt so good to be liberated to say that shit to him. But child, I ran as fast as I could. Because I knew if that man caught me, hey, he'd have beat the bricks out of me. You hear me? He'd have beat the bricks out of me. So what I'm gonna do? Stand there and fight my moms and let her hit me? No. I could be the adult and make sure there's certain things I don't say. And make sure there's certain things I don't do. Right? But y'all can't sit here and act like that child ain't watched Jackie Christie be a fucked up human being. Start mess, cause mess, create mess. She probably lied to Doug a million times. The way I see them two, Jackie treated that child more like a sister than she did her daughter. Because the two of them was in competition for the father. Okay? And you can see that when you watch the dynamic between them. Jackie will say something fucked up and she be like, oh, word, don't make me call Doug on you. That's not new, y'all. That's probably been going on for decades. Do you understand me? Decades. If that girl is 30 years old, that shit has probably been going on for 20 years. The mom's doing some old fucked up shit, and the daughter and the son figuring out that the father is the way out away from the moms and her bullshit. When she's doing bullshit, and I can't tell her nothing, I'm going to run to my father. And my father's going to scream at her and da-da-da. And she going to kowtow to his ass. It wasn't even a good cop, bad cop thing. It was like, yo, this lady's fucking crazy. Why you marry this lady? She's fucking bugging. Fuck you talking about? Hey, Miss Raslin, how you doing, boo? So no, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, Chantal is fucked up. She's a spoiled brat. Who made her a spoiled brat? She couldn't make herself a spoiled brat. Fuck out of here. She done told y'all the whole time. Jackie Christie has been acting like this all my life. I don't like it. I can't take it. The simple fact that she calls that lady Jackie should show y'all the level of respect she got for her moms. Because it's only very few mothers that will tell their children to call them by their first name. I'm fucking 50 years old. Do you know what would happen if I go to my mama's house right now and call her by her first name? You know that woman is going to find every single thing that she could pick up and throw the fuck at me. Who the fuck are you calling that name? I'm your mother. My name is mama to you, little girl. Fuck you mean? Jackie is toxic. Toxic as fuck. And as a human being, Chantal does not have to be toxic with her. But Chantal, the way, let me put it to you like this. Let me put it to you. This is a message for Chantal. And I know she'll never hear this shit. She probably too busy listening to every other motherfucker. But Chantal, I'll put you on to a secret. If you don't want to be like your mother, don't do the things that she will do. Do the total opposite of what she will do. Yes, you are your mother's daughter. Yes, you are your father's daughter. But now you are a mother yourself. That means you are your own person. Because let me tell you something. The more people say, I'm going to be different than my mother or father, the more you become your mother and your father. Okay? Because I'm sure your mother and your father said the same thing about their parents. I'm going to treat my kids better, and they don't. They treat them worse, or they treat them the same. Okay? Thank you, Miss Raslin. I call my mama mommy. I be like, mommy, mommy. I'm not calling her by her first name. Is you stupid? You bugging. I could never call my mom by her first name because that is a high level of disrespect amongst black people. I don't know about white people. I don't know how they move, but I done heard a lot of older white people still call their mama and still call their daddy. I don't mama and their daddy by their first name. As a matter of fact, I have a cousin, right? And she was very popular for a time in the 80s and early 90s. I'm not going to say why. Fuck you. I don't need to say why. Okay? And her mother is Caribbean, right? And her father is white. Okay? So clearly, this is a unconventional family right here. Okay? And when my cousin turned about 16, 17, she called her mother by her first name. And she called her father by his first name. Right? And they were cool with that. Because they were like, oh, you're an adult now. You know, don't call me mom no more. I ain't old. You know, they had their own reason. But let me tell you something. By the time my cousin turned about 25, she called her father daddy again. And he didn't mind. Okay? The moms still wanted to be called by her first name. Oh, ironic as fuck. I ain't going to tell y'all how. But yeah. Okay? The mother wanted to be called by the first name. And when her family members, including my mama, heard that, they all looked at her and said, what the fuck wrong with you? What? Ain't you her mama? The fuck? But of course they had to shut up because they were like, oh yeah, she married to a white dude. They different. Go ahead, girl. Because you wasn't doing that, married to no black man still living in the Caribbean, bitch. No. Even if you was living in Brooklyn, you couldn't do that motherfucking shit. Your name mama for the rest of her life. The fuck? So yeah. This shit is not... What is going on with them is not yesterday. And y'all seem to forget that the girl been on Basketball Wives for a long time. Okay? You knew about Jackie and Jackie's kids for the longest time. You seen the oldest daughter once. You seen the baby Chantal grow up. You might have seen the son maybe one time and one time only. But it's not like this little girl is new to fucking Basketball Wives. The only difference is that now she can get money off of her name. Jackie Christie cannot get money off of her no more. And not for nothing, if I had a toxic moms like that who was taking money, you know what I'm saying, getting extra money because she got the husband and the kids on the show, fuck that. Let me go on this show and make my own fucking money. Let me clout chase off my moms instead of moms clout chasing off of me, creating storylines off of me and my fucking sister. And we ain't want no parts. Fuck out of here. That girl has been building up to talk to her moms like a grown woman for decades. And unfortunately for all of us, Jackie Christie did not treat her like a daughter. Jackie Christie treated her like she treat them Basketball Wife bitches, okay? Because y'all wouldn't have been mad if instead of Chantal getting slapped, Evelyn got slapped, or Jennifer got slapped, or Brandy got slapped. And she was up against a grown woman, and she smacked them, and they the same age, nobody would have a problem. But instead of y'all sitting here being like, yo, why did Jackie Christie cold cock, closed fist punch her daughter on fucking TV, which don't make no fucking sense? Y'all sitting here talking about Chantal. Now, yeah, y'all right. Chantal did not have to push her moms. That was the ultimate disrespect, right? But who's supposed to be the bigger person here, the mother or the daughter? Who's the adult here? Because clearly, y'all blaming Chantal for all kind of shit. Y'all are fucking acting like Chantal is the adult, Chantal is the moms, and Jackie Christie is the daughter. That in itself should show you how the fuck toxic Jackie Christie is, and loves that y'all are making her the fucking victim. At this point, I don't even think Chantal cares if she's the villain in this story. All she wanted to do was prove her point that her mama ain't shit. She wanted to give her mama an opportunity to acknowledge her fuck-ups and resolve issues with Chantal, the adult, to appease her inner child. Jackie ain't see none of that because all this time, Jackie never gave a fuck. The only person Jackie ever gave a fuck besides herself was Doug. She had them kids for Doug. Okay? Anything she did was for Doug. Fuck you mean? Doug is way more important than them kids. Only reason why she loved them kids is because they came from Doug. And now she got something else to hold over Doug's head. Jackie always been a goddamn demon. And y'all stop like acting like she fucking ain't. And I was trying to spare my daughter. That's why I kept leaving the room. Oof, oof, oof. Fuck out of here, Jackie. You the one that brought her here in the first place. You should have known. Oh, I had no idea you felt like this. Bitch, please. From the moment y'all found out that Chantal does not allow Jackie Christie to see her grandchildren, y'all should have known something was wrong with Jackie Christie from then. If y'all ain't watched all them other episodes, watching Jackie as a toxic ass mama. Fuck out of here. All right? Once again, I'm going to tell y'all, I don't condone Chantal pushing the moms. I don't condone none of that. I don't condone Jackie cold cocking and punching her daughter in the face and all that extra shit. I don't condone that either. Yes, Chantal was wrong for turning around and coming at her like they about to fist fight, right? Chantal was wrong for pushing her moms first. Sure was. But you don't think Jackie been wrong all these years? You don't think that little girl, as a grown woman with 2 kids, got a right to stand up to the bully that gave her the most trauma, which is her mom's? Stop playing, y'all. Stop playing. I know most of y'all are parents, and you know y'all don't want that to happen with your kids and da-da-da. Don't be toxic. Don't choose a man over your child, because that's what Jackie did. I don't give a fuck what y'all tell me. How did she choose a man over her child? Remember, she treated her first daughter like shit. She chose Doug Christie and his kids over that baby. And that baby ain't do shit. Here's the thing, y'all. This is where all y'all fuck up. Because y'all be putting shit on kids, blaming kids for shit that ain't got nothing to do with the fucking kids. Who told you to fuck that man and pop out that kid? Huh? Who told you to fuck that lady and have her pop out that kid? And that don't mean y'all gotta go get abortions and all that. Use condoms, bitch. Have hindsight and foresight, ho. And don't be mad at these kids when they gain autonomy and decide for themselves who they like and who the fuck they don't like. Because that girl is clearly grown and decided her mama ain't shit. Her mama ain't treat her good. She ain't treat her sister good. She ain't treat the brother good. Yeah, it was fucked up for Chantal to say, that's why your husband want to divorce you and your kids don't like you. But was she lying? No, she not lying. Why? Because she's a daughter. And of course, Jackie gonna try to save face. Oh, you're delusional. You're delusional. No, the fuck she ain't. I believe that. I synced it. Fuck you mean? Let's go find the first daughter. That one will tell you that Chantal ain't lying. And this is karma for Jackie ass. Welcome to karma. The fuck y'all mean? Thank you for listening, because that's about it. That's all I got to say. I'm going to wait for the next episode, child. They got one more. They got one more episode before this is all over and you got a reunion. The season finale is next week, y'all. I suggest y'all go take a look, okay? And no, I don't condone this fucking storyline, period, okay? If I was Jackie, I'd have had enough hindsight and foresight to be like, nah, I'm not even putting you on the show because you're going to make me look crazy, even though Jackie Christie already looked crazy, right? Let's not make me look crazier. Let's solve this issue with a real therapist before we go on TV to make asses of ourselves, okay? Because for all y'all that are saying they should have went to therapy, you're right, they should have gone to therapy. They should have went to therapy decades ago. Clearly they didn't. Whose fault is that? Because if Jackie don't want to go, what the fuck are they going to do? If Jackie is so delusional that she don't think there's anything wrong, what the fuck is going to be healed? Come on, y'all. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. All of them could have done something better to heal up that relationship. And I don't know if it's true that Jackie Christie and Doug Christie are getting divorced. I don't know if that's true. I don't that man. If that man say fucking I ain't with Jackie Christie no more, then I will believe everything. But I ain't gonna believe it because Jackie ain't gonna say she gonna say that she getting a divorce. Hell no, that man was her world. She will ride on that delusion that they together until he says they not together, or until you see him with some other woman talking about Jackie who I divorced her 6 months ago. Okay? Stop acting like this is all fucking fake. Nah. I don't know too many motherfuckers that's gonna fake allowing their mama to punch them in their fucking face. They real life mama? That's real fucked up. And then I'll blame Shawnee, okay, as the executive producer for allowing this shit. Don't blame Shawnee because Chantal knew what it was and said, yeah, put me on. And Jackie Christie said, fuck it, put her on. Come on now. Y'all gotta look at both sides. It's not exactly like Chantal is 12. Y'all gotta remember, she's a mother now too, with kids of her own. So y'all gotta look at her as an adult. And y'all can't sit here and be like, well, you're not supposed to hate your mama. You might hate your mama. The fuck? And you can't tell people how to fight. You can't tell that girl how to feel or not to feel because you weren't there. We only know a slither of what the fuck it is. We don't know the whole shit. You can't fully blame that girl. Or better yet, don't blame that girl 100%. Blame her 50% and put the other 50 on her mama, y'all. That's all I'm really trying to say. Don't put 100%, oh, Chantal is fucked up. She did that to her mama. Nah. Let's make it even. Split the baby in half like King Solomon. Yeah, Chantal was wrong for what she did in those moments. But Jackie's fucked up for what she did to them kids mentally, physically, mentally, and emotionally for decades. Fuck out of here. Mentally, emotionally. Okay, I don't know about the physical, but I know mentally and emotionally, that girl's scarred. Okay? And her sister worse. So, if I lose subscribers, I totally understand. I know I can't resonate with everybody all the time. I can't give the perfect picture like y'all want it. I ain't a perfect person at all. But I understand both sides from experience, okay? All right? I was also the auntie or the godmoms that had to deal with her nieces or nephews or godkids or younger cousins who I practically raised tell me crazy shit. Okay? And before I hit a certain age, I beat their ass. Because that's what I knew. Right? But then as I grew up and I became more a part of society, and you know, society has changed, that corporal punishment is not the way anymore. I had to mentally understand certain things differently. So instead of me beating a kid's ass when they come and tell me some fly shit like that, I gotta handle it different. Okay? This is how I understand that when you tell a kid something, you better follow through with it. And if you can't follow through, you better be honest and tell them you can't follow through. And don't disappoint them over and over and over and over and over. Because usually when you tell a kid you're going to do something once and you don't fucking do it, they will never trust you again. They will never believe you again. And they will continue to test your limits. If this person is bullshit about this, let me try to get away with that. Let me try to get away with it this way and that way. All children do it. Some adults do it still. don't mean you got to be completely honest and all of that. But yeah, children nowadays, if you say, yo, I'm going to beat your ass and you don't beat their ass, guess what? They going to run over your ass for a little bit. Okay? When I talk to kids today, I look them dead in their eye. I be like, yo, I don't make threats. I make motherfucking promises. So if I promise you I'm going to punch you in your face because you acting a fucking fool, I'm going to punch you in your face. But before I get to that stage, I'm going to try to talk it out. I'm going to try to hug it out. I'm going to try to pray it out. But if I get to a point, or they take me to a point where I'm like, yo, I got to walk away from you, kid, because I'm about to knock you the fuck out. And they be like, what? Remember, I'm a fucking adult. I don't make threats. I make promises, little kid. Don't fuck with me. Because I will put foot in your chest. And I wouldn't mind going to jail for it. Okay? And that's old school meeting new school. But I guarantee you, that's the last resort. I could get to a place of compromise with a child nowadays before even throwing up, I'm going to beat your ass. Okay? And I guarantee you by now, I'm legend. Okay? So some of my homegirls and homeboys, they kids already know not to fuck with me. I don't even have to put a hand on them. I can just turn my eye on them. And they be like, oh, auntie. No, I ain't fucking with auntie. Because my mommy and daddy done told me about stories of her when she was younger. Yeah, she don't beat ass no more, but I ain't going to bring that back out in my auntie. Fuck that. Okay? I don't got to beat a kid's ass no more. But any kid that come across my path, they gonna look at my motherfucking eye and know what the fuck I'm capable of. I don't give a fuck how big you is. I'm old school like that. I don't give a fuck how big you is. The fuck? You're not gonna be disrespecting me, little kid. Hell no. I get it. But little kid, right? I know adults now that I have known since they were 3 years old. I see them now with kids and all that shit. And they be like, yo. They be telling their kids, yo, you see this lady right here? I love this lady. Why? Because she never partial to bullshit. When I used to try to run my bullshit games and I used to try to sneak around and da-da-da, she was the one that will pull me to the side and be like, yo, this ain't right. Don't do this, don't do that. But I guarantee you, if you get your ass beat because you doing this and that, I'm going to stand in line and wait. Mama, daddy, then me, goddammit. The fuck? And I could take a beating from mommy and daddy. I couldn't take one from her because she could run. Yeah. I used to run from my parents. They wouldn't chase me. The little kids that growing up with me, I ran. I caught your ass. That's why they ain't fuck with me. But once again, all my kids today, I ain't got to put my hand on them. Most of the kids I deal with today, I talked to them when they was in the womb. I talked to their mama's belly. They know who I was when they came out. They heard my voice and said, oh shit, who that? They're my peoples. I done taught plenty kids how to read by the age of 3, simply by making their moms read books to them while they're in the womb, saying ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. Don't put your mouth up to the sky, dummy. Put your mouth down to your stomach. Talk to your stomach. Put your hand on your stomach and say, I'm talking to you. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 1, 2, 3, 10, 20, 30, 50. Fuck. And then by the time them kids is 3, they know exactly what you talking about. Nowadays, when you raise kids, you got to be kind of balanced with shit, right? Oh, time out. Oh, okay, cool. But you can put the fear of God in them just with your eyeballs. You ain't got to put your hand on them. There's a way to still command respect and demand respect from a child without having to raise your hand or threaten any fucking thing of violence. It's possible. I used to do it with yoga all the time. And my name is Bhairavi, a fierce goddess, a terrifying goddess, a goddess that can freeze demons in their tracks because they so scared of that goddess. And I had to raise nan hand to a child when I taught yoga to toddlers for 5 years. Toddlers and pre-kindergartners. That means children from the ages of 2 to 5 or 6. I didn't have to raise not a hand, and neither did the teachers that sat there with me. That's not our job. That is the parents' job. And let the parents do what they do. Just don't abuse the child. Discipline is different from abuse, y'all. Remember that. I don't abuse children, but I ain't got no problem disciplining them. And there's different ways to do it. And when your children become adults, there are different ways to do it. You're not supposed to fist fight with your child like y'all in the same fucking grade and y'all graduated the same year and y'all fucking besties and y'all fucking baddies chilling with Natalie Nunn. Fuck out of here. Anyway, that's rant over for me. My name is Shri Bad. Thank you for listening. If you unsubscribe, I totally understand. Because 9 times out of 10, I ain't know you subscribed anyway. Okay? But I hope you can take this and open up your mind a little bit. Right? And just be like, damn, I ain't think about it like that before. That's a different perspective. Yeah, I move way different. I ain't moving like that. But I can understand where that child is coming from, okay? Because I done told y'all in the middle of this live, I ain't moving like that. I don't got to move like how she moved for me to understand where she coming from and tell her, this is where you wrong, homegirl. You could have did this part different and it wouldn't have ended up that way for you. Imagine me telling Jackie Christie any of this shit. All her friends tried to tell her she ain't fucking listen, delusional ass. So people like that, you just gotta let karma go. All right. Anyway, that's it for me. That's the word from Officer Bird. That's the tip for today.